It is a David versus Goliath matchup in every sense of the word for the 7 versus 7 Division 1 final of the Canadian Corporate Soccer League, as we have the powerhouses Trakia Junior facing off with Babylon FC from Soccerplex Catalonia in the Lachine district of Montreal. Here is Babylon FC right now. They actually weren't even supposed to qualify for the playoffs. They only made it in after another team was disqualified. They are a veteran team in this league, however. And there are their opponents today, Trakia Junior. They really have not been challenged this season. They are the class of the 7 versus 7 division of the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. And they will certainly be coming in expecting to emerge victorious. We're underway indoors here at Soccerplex Catalonia. And there you see our official today. He's a veteran, Louis-Philippe Francoux Desrochers. He's been around a while in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League and one of the most trusted officials here. We have Babylon FC in their green uniforms moving from right to left on your screen, while Trakia are in black, moving from left to right. My name is Neysmith on the commentary, as always here on Corporate Soccer TV. As we said, this is 7 versus 7 football here indoors, as that ball is deflected off of a Babylon player, and it's going to be another kick-in. And you'll notice right here there are no throw-ins. It's all kick-ins. As Trakia turns, tries a shot, it's pulled wide, and it's going to be a goal kick. So no throw-ins to be had, all kick-ins from the sides. There's a few other rule modifications as well. No slide tackles allowed. If there are any slides, it will result in a foul, or if there's a slide in the box, it will actually be a penalty kick. Then again, you are allowed to slide or lunge to try to block a shot, but you can't throw in a slide tackle. That will result in a foul. Also, roll-on, roll-off subs and unlimited subs. And also, if the ball hits the roof here, then it's a dead ball where it contacted the roof, and it's obviously the other team's ball. That relatively rare, however. We don't run into that problem too much in this facility. And you'll notice there are 3 fields in this facility, as here comes Babylon breaking forward, but it's a heavy touch, and the defender steers it away. However, it will be Babylon ball. Kick in, put into the box, trying the header. It's knocked away. Now there's a long drive with the left foot that goes over the goal. The kick-ins really changed the complexion of the game, as really any time the ball rolls out of bounds, it's like a free kick or a corner kick. So really a lot of opportunities to get forward and try to get the head on it. And we were just saying there are 3 fields in this facility, so you may hear some errant whistles from the other 2 fields you can see just over at the top of your screen. This is a very nice facility that the Canadian Corporate Soccer League uses. I've played at this facility myself a number of times. I actually held a birthday party here once, if I remember correctly, but they also have some fields outdoors that the Canadian Corporate Soccer League uses, so a good partnership here between Soccerplex Catalonia and the Canadian Corporate Soccer League as Trakia bring it forward. They knock it out wide. There's a ball across, knocked away by the goalkeeper, and then another long shot is blocked. The goalkeeper for Babylon, Salam El Moussaoui, is 50 years old, one of the older players, or more experienced players, I guess you could say, in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. He's also the captain of Babylon FC. And we have a player down there for Trakia. He's slow to get up. Actually, there are 2 players who are doubled over. And now Trakia put it out as they want their player to be checked on. We were just saying, Trakia very much the favorites in this match. They really weren't challenged in the league this season. They had an 11-1-0 record. They did not lose. The only time they dropped points was in a draw. They had a plus 50 goal difference in 12 matches. So they were definitely the class of this 16 7 versus 7 division. Meanwhile, Babylon struggled at times in their 12 matches. They only had 2 wins. 9 points to their name as this one flicked through. Here's a chance for Trakia with the left foot. It's kicked away by El Moussaoui. A save with the feet. It bounced sky high. Babylon get on it. And they try to break out. So Babylon finished in 5th place in this 6-team division, and they really weren't supposed to make the playoffs, but another team was disqualified, allowing the 5th place Babylon FC to take their spot. And then in the semifinal, they beat 3rd place LGPFC by a 6-4 score. Only their 3rd win of the season, as we said, so they are definitely in here as the underdogs. Meanwhile, Trakia handled Cafeteros with relative ease in the semifinals, a 3-1 scoreline in that one. Cafeteros finished in 4th place this season. So, an interesting matchup, but certainly the team in black is favored. There's a bad turnover. Looking to try to maneuver it inside, pinging the ball around, no one trying the shot. Now it's down low, back through the middle. This is a great opportunity from the top of the box. They can't pull the trigger, and it's defended away. The key to 7 versus 7 soccer, which is really popular in North America. I know in England and Europe, usually 5-a-side football or cage football is most popular, but here it's 7 versus 7. And really the key is getting the ball to the top of the box, right around the penalty spot, because sure, you can dribble into the box, but if you're at a tight angle, it's so easy for the goalkeeper to close down a forward, especially with a smaller net. They pretty much take up the whole net, and there's nowhere to shoot at, but the key is to getting it to the top of the box near the penalty area, as that one makes its way through, and the goalkeeper does well to get down and block it. It's also always interesting to take a look at the formations. It looks like right now Babylon have only 2 at the back, which means they're probably playing a 2-3-1 formation, 2 defenders, 3 midfielders, 1 forward. And here comes Trakia on the ball now. Left-footed ball across, defender right there. Long drive. Never made it through. The defender got in the way once more. Looks like both teams actually have 2 at the back, so it should be a pretty even match. Sometimes you see one team field a formation with 2 at the back and another with 3 at the back, and it really makes for a different kind of game as Trakia move it all the way back to their goalkeeper. They were really in the wrong division this year, Trakia. As we said, they dominated. They're actually new to the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. They're the first time they're signing up a team. They're made up primarily of Bulgarians. And Trakia, as far as I can tell, is the name of a university in Stara Zagora, Bulgaria. And here come the Bulgarians right now. Bounces into the box. The goalkeeper's right there. You won't notice too many drop kicks from the goalkeepers just because they are cognizant of the low roof and the fact that if they do put it into the roof, it's going to be the other team's ball. So we'll probably be seeing a lot of throws and a lot of rolls from goalkeepers, as well as just placing the ball down and kicking it away. Here comes Trakia moving up the field with pace, but a defender steps in front of his man. Now it's over the top, chested down, but the goalkeeper, El Musawi, is over there, and now some fresh legs coming out for Babylon. Poor touch off his foot, and Trakia are going to get it back. Babylon, meanwhile, Trakia is a new team to this league, and there we see it 0-0 through the first 8 minutes. Trakia are a new team, but Babylon have been around an awful long time, I believe since about 2008, so 12-13 years in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. And they've been up and down the divisions, making it as high as the Premiership division. As that free kick played low, looking for a cross. It's off the goalkeeper's hands and further cleared away. So Babylon, they're used to being in these finals. They're actually primarily made up of here in Montreal. Long ball over the top, and it's too hot to handle and out of play. Trakia already looking a bit irritable with a few of the decisions for kick-ins. Not even 10 minutes in here. By the way, it is 25-minute halves for this match, with 5-minute halftime. Nice job making the ball run on there, but the goalkeeper's out, and he's going to just let it roll. And now the official wants a talking to with one of the more verbal Trakia players. And we're set to continue with still lots of soccer to be played here in this cup final. A real mismatch on paper, but we'll have to see how Babylon handle it. As we said, only 2 wins through their 12 matches this season. They also had 3 draws. But there was I guess you could say it's cellar dweller in the league this season with no wins, so that's where the majority of their points came from. That would be Burnley, Canada. Didn't pick up a win this season in the 6-team division. Outside the football with the right peg put over there. Now, nice job controlling that one in the midfield. Babylon with a bit of possession, flicking it on. And that possession there was almost controlled chaos. Sure, they had the ball, but it wasn't really under control. And that allowed Trakia to get it back and put it up the field. Right back where it came from. Knocked down. There's a drive. Stopped by the goalkeeper. And he gets a lucky bounce to have it back in his hands. Sometimes on these turf fields that are indoors and dry, there are some curious bounces. And you really have to read the ball. And now a foul is whistled against Babylon for a pullback. This facility has relatively new field turf in place, put in a few years ago. So a nice surface to be playing on here. Babylon comfortable with it at the back there. We really see only 2 defenders, so lots of options forward for them. They can switch it all the way to the far side if they want. This field, by the way, not sure the exact dimensions of it, but generally 7 versus 7 fields are between 30 and 36 meters wide and 40 to 55 meters long. This field definitely on the longer side of that range. And you can just see the 18-yard box and the 6-yard box for an 11 versus 11 field on the ground there, so you can kind of get an idea of how wide we're talking and how long. Definitely one of the longer fields. That one almost turned over, but a defender got it back. But here comes Trakia now. Couple of moves, but nice work by that defender to stay right with the player and get the ball cleanly. And now the arms go up, and it's going to be a call against Trakia. To the far side. Trying his luck with it. It's knocked away by a defender. Those shots from a way out aren't usually going to make it through to the goal because there's just so many defenders in the way. Any goals that go in really have to have power behind them. Power more than placement at this level. Makes for difficult work for the goalkeepers. They have to be fearless, stepping in front of those hard shots. And now a foul, and we've got a square up here as things are... Both teams a bit testy here in the early goings. They're teams that are familiar with one another, as we said, because they have played a few times this season in this 6-team division. And we'll see what Trakia can do with this free kick. Long shot right into the one-man wall and away. It's also interesting here because it looks like Trakia are in for a good match. Babylon hanging right with them, and as we said, Trakia really have not experienced much pushback or much difficulty this season. And that ball back to the goalkeeper, kicked away. Another rule. In some divisions, pass back to the goalkeeper in a smaller field. The goalkeeper's allowed to pick it up, but that's not the case here. Actually, I was watching a match from the 1980s a few days ago, and back in the day, passbacks to the goalkeeper could be picked up by the goalkeeper. Really made for a different looking match, a bit jarring when you see it for the first time. And we have a player slow to get up here for Babylon. We do have a first responder, a physio on site here in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. Every Corporate Soccer League match has a first responder or a physio. Now the player is going to be helped back to his bench. You'd have to think that the watch of Mr. Francois Desrochers is stopped to allow for appropriate stoppages to be added on at the end of this first half. This is the Canadian Corporate Soccer League, the Canadian member of FIFCO, the International Federation of Corporate Football. And this is Corporate Soccer TV. Graham Neysmith taking you through this 7 versus 7 Division 1 final here from Montreal, Canada. And drop balls, we restart play. And Trakia trying the long ball over the top. It's controlled here, trying to work it to the top of the box, but that's really great defending, and they've got the ball and are trying to counterattack here. Here come Babylon. There's a shot. They score! A counterattack in the blink of an eye from Babylon as they turn defense into attack, and they take the 1-goal lead. We were talking earlier, it's all about power more than placement, and that one certainly had some zip behind it. It fooled the goalkeeper. And it's an early lead here, 15 minutes in, for the underdogs. It started at the back with a really nice tackle to take the ball and then not only knock the ball away, but then take possession of it. And then they got it up the field in a hurry. And it found the cobwebs. A 1-goal lead, very surprising here. And we said Trakia are going to be in for a match. We'll see how they respond now. They really have not been pushed this season in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. Babylon, as we said, more the experienced side. They've been around a long time in this league. Been in their share of cup finals up and down the divisions over the years, and they've got a 1-goal lead here, 15 minutes in. Babylon forcing them away, perhaps a hint of a foul there, but Trakia have the ball, so no need to blow it down. Trakia moving it up the field. Stringing some passes together here. Looking over the top. Header down! How did that one stay out? Still in there. In the box. How on earth did that one not go in? To the top of the box for a shot. It's over. It was bouncing around right on the goal line. Was it the goalkeeper or the crossbar that kept it out? Furious action as Trakia responded. It was a header down. Looked like it hit a couple of things. I don't know if it was the goalkeeper or the uprights, but Babylon survive a real scare. Nice work by Trakia to get it in there. And here comes Babylon again. Low ball across the face of goal. Rolls out of play. We saw Babylon, they've looked for the headers. Well, both teams have been looking for high balls for headers in this match, and I definitely prefer low hard balls in there, as this one well over the top and into the goalkeeper's hands. So on a corner kick or a kick in, which have come at a premium, I don't think we've seen a corner kick today just yet. Definitely prefer those low balls and just hoping for a deflection. Doesn't have to deflect off of one of your players. It can deflect off of anything and go in. What do you care as long as it's in the net? And we'll see what Trakia do here with an interesting position for this kick-in. It's a high ball in there. Awkward for defenders to handle, but the forward can't get over and it goes over. We also have a very interesting angle for this match from this camera. We're using an automated camera as usual in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. It does a pretty good job of keeping up with the action. But sometimes there are things happening off of screen that we just miss. And immediately below us as well. As this ball switched to the far side. Trakia, since the goal, have really been doing a nice job of keeping possession. Will they get rewarded for it here? Trying to work it across. There's a nice low ball, and how did that not hit anything on its way through? Babylon under the cosh a bit here. Trying to move it through the middle. It's a poor touch, and Trakia get it back. Just about 5 minutes until the halftime break. Probably a bit more, as there was that injury. And I think there will be maybe a minute of stoppage time or so. just looking at the two benches, it looks like Babylon have a few more subs at their disposal for these roll-on, roll-off subs. And that's good because it looks like they had a player knocked out of the game with that injury. Loose ball just poked away by Babylon. Trying to cut it back up the field. Ferocious defending by Trakia, but Babylon still have the ball. Getting it to its near side. Nice work there. Here's a real opportunity, and they've scored again. It's a 2-goal lead. Some one-touch work. Finds the back of the net right before the half. Ooh, kind of got through the goalkeeper that time. I think the goalkeeper may have wanted to do a bit better, but it was nice work by Babylon to work it through. Some nice give and go, pass and move. And they're rewarded for it. It's a 2-goal lead. How shocking is this? The undefeated side from Trakia are down by 2, and they've really got some work to do here. That one just misses the roof. Ball through the middle. Yep, that'll be a foul. And we have Babylon, only 5 results this season. 9 points through 12 matches. 7 losses in those 12 matches. And they're really giving the class of this division a run for their money. Really, they were playing out of their division, Trakia. Flicking it over the top. Easy pickings for the goalkeeper. The Babylon players right on their touchline, and there we see it confirmed, a 2-goal lead. The first one coming in the 15th minute, the next one coming about 5 minutes later. A couple of moves by Trakia. Looking to break through. They've had their opportunities, but it's either been stopped by the goalkeeper or has not found its way through somehow. Interesting here, this setup from Babylon is they don't have a whole lot of players committed forward, only 2 up there, and that was always bound to go awry. As we said, no corner kicks to be had, which is very interesting. Usually these games are back and forth, high scoring. Here comes Babylon again, but Trakia get the ball. And we saw in Babylon's semi-final match, it was a 6-4 score. There's a shot. Great stop by the goalkeeper. They moved it up quickly, but the goalkeeper was off his line. It hit him in the body and then moved away. Salam El Moussaoui has been pretty busy in this first half, but he's weathered the storm, and here come Trakia again. Wave after wave of attacks. El Moussaoui over there quickly. He keeps it in. He's in some trouble here. Left-footed ball up the field, and he'll be happy just to get it away as he was in a bit of trouble. Babylon, not much of a press here. We hear the halftime whistle go for another field. We've still got about 3 minutes left in the half, plus any stoppages. Nice move there by Trakia. Trying to cut inside, the defender gets the foot to it. Now this one is helped along. Attacker putting the press on here. Is he going to get the ball? The defender, really nice work shielding the ball that time and cutting back up the field. We have a really interesting camera angle for this game, as it's a pretty unique angle. And oh, look at this. Oh, Babylon could have been through there. They had a man who was loose on this near side if they could have just poked it through. But now here come Trakia back the other way. Nice ball low in there. It's a goal. 2-1 the score. And they get one back in the 23rd. It was only a matter of time. The game was really opening up there, and something was bound to break. It was a great ball through and a clinical finish into the side netting. And it's now 2-1. The offenses were sputtering through the first quarter of an hour, but now we have 3 goals in about 8 minutes. Just about what you would expect from this cup final, and it just makes things that much more interesting, as it is the underdogs who now only have a 1-goal lead. Trakia half the advantage. And how will Babylon respond? They're just going to bully their way through here. They're still going. No one really committed up there at all. Now there's a late man running up there, and here comes Trakia again. Only 1 man forward for him. That's what he was looking for, but it ends up with the midfielder. Nice touch. Oh, if he could have got to the outside, it would have been a good chance. The game really opening up here in the final 5 minutes. Another goal seems imminent, But that's some nice defending with the left foot, putting it back up the field. Oof, that's certainly a shove in the back. Yes, that is the call. You'll see in this 7-a-side game, it really comes down to who has the best technical abilities. You're not going to really... That one hits the official, and they're going to let him redo it. Well, that's the rule. It clearly hit the official there, so they're just going to let them retry it. We're pretty much about to hit the 25-minute mark. Actually, it's a drop ball, so they'll get it back anyways. Probably only about 30 seconds left in this first half. Trakia looking to pull even before the halftime break. And that one is cleared away. And that's going to be it for the first half. A 2-1 lead for Babylon. Very much the underdogs. And they're up by 1 through the first 25. And we're back for the second half now of this 7 versus 7 Division 1 final in the Canadian Corporate Soccer League. A 2-1 lead for Babylon there in green, moving from left to right on your screen, while Trakia are in black, moving from right to left. The offenses were quiet through the first quarter of an hour, but then they really came alive with 3 goals in the final 10 minutes of the opening half. 2 from Babylon as they took the 2-goal lead, and then Trakia pulled one back about 2 minutes from time. Trakia heavily favored in this game, undefeated in this league, a plus 50 goal differential through a dozen matches, while Babylon actually weren't even supposed to make the playoffs. They finished in 5th place with only 2 wins to their credit, as there's a long shot that bounces around. Babylon get it back, left-footed drive into the hands of the goalkeeper. Babylon only made the playoffs because another team was disqualified. But they've made the most of it, and they're here now. A very experienced team in this Canadian Corporate Soccer League. This one all the way back to the goalkeeper, El Moussaoui. Good battle for it here. Babylon emerged with the ball. Moving up the field, forced outside. They got the ball. Oh, no, that's going to be a foul. Setting up here for the free kick. The field is between 40 and 55 meters long, so I guess you could call this maybe 15, 20 yards from goal, as that shot is right into the 2-man wall. As we see there, only 1 sub available for Babylon. Roll-on, roll-off subs here, as we said. Only 1 sub for Trakia. They're in black. While Babylon have a number of subs available to them. Ball up the field, headed away well by a defender. Again, we haven't seen a corner kick yet today, which is very interesting. And Babylon got a bit too fancy that time, so Trakia get the ball back. The Canadian Corporate Soccer League very fortunate to be using this facility here in Lachine at Soccerplex Catalonia. Left-footed drive. Goalkeeper parries it away, and it's going to be a corner kick. So here we go. Now it's our first corner kick of the game. We'll see what Trakia decide to do with it as they try to move it in from the far side. Only a 2-step run-up. They play it short for a long shot. Hits something on its way through, and Babylon are able to clear their lines. This one of the only indoor soccer facilities in the Montreal area. and definitely the biggest one with their 3 fields here. And a foul is whistled against Trakia. And there it is, 2-1 the score. The underdogs are ahead, but for how long? Ball moved up the field, picked off by Trakia. Babylon trying to get it back, but they'll get it back here as no team really able to keep possession. Possession has come at a premium here today, and that's a foul against Babylon, perhaps a booking. Looks like the referee did go to his pocket to give his first caution of the game. And now Trakia to try this long free kick. Trying to flick it along. Good battle there. Moving it back up the field. Here comes Babylon on a bit of a break. Cutting inside. A shot. It's in. A long drive. It was in and out in the blink of an eye. And against the run of play, Babylon take the 3-1 lead. He put it through the defender. And it did go in the goal. It was nestled into the corner. And so it's now a 2-goal lead again for Babylon. Their first shot of the second half. And that was really threatening the goalkeeper. Ends up finding the back of the net. Here come Trakia again. Couple of moves looking to respond, but their shot's well wide. So after they went down by 2 the first time, Trakia responded within 3 minutes. We'll see what they can do here. Left-footed goal kick up the field. Headed down, and now Trakia get it back, looking to turn towards the goal, but that's team defending from Babylon. Trakia still on it, switching it to the far side. No real options in the box right now. There's one at the top of the box, though, and it's a diving save from the goalkeeper. He parried it away, and then it's further cleared by his defenders. And that one hit a hand. Trakia very irritable right now, as they haven't really been challenged like this season, especially by a team like Babylon. Back through the middle. No real options up the field here for Trakia. There's a long shot. Hits something, and now it's cleared away. Again, 25-minute halves, so there's still, well, about 18 minutes left in this game. Plenty of time for Trakia to get back into it. But they'll have to start now, and I don't think they can really afford to concede again, as there's a shot off a leg and out. Ball fluttered in there, easy pickings for the goalkeeper. Babylon on it once more. Through the middle, hacked away. Cleanly so by Trakia, but then Babylon stomp out a counter-attack, and Babylon running down the ball again. Almost got onto it, but Trakia did well to keep possession. Nice ball out to the far side, finding the space. Putting it back through the middle. A defender was right there to deflect it away. Good battle for it that time, but Babylon emerged with it. Now moving it back up the field. No options for this man. He's got to go it alone, and he ends up taking a tumble, and Trakia get the ball back. Oh, that's a bad turnover. Here comes Babylon. Some real tugging there, and it's a foul against Trakia. And now the referee is telling the player to head off the field for the sin bin rule for too much verbal abuse. So in the sin bin, he heads off the field. Another team can replace him, but he's off for about 5 minutes, I think. Nope, 10 minutes, we're having it confirmed. So now the free kick for Babylon. On the edge of the box, goalkeeper crouching low. This one is not enough space, or not much space to try to sneak it through here with the left footer. Maybe they try to set it up for more of a central shot on goal. And here they come, they try the shot, and it goes well high and wide. So Trakia now, they've got to firstly control themselves, and then they've got to find a way to get back into this match. Nice one touch from Babylon, trying to work it through, but the defender got in the way. Trakia have not been challenged like this before. As we said, they're so dominant through the regular season. Ball headed on, and Trakia try to control it down. Here comes Babylon once more onto the right foot. Not trying a shot. Now he'll shoot, but it's well wide. Trakia beating themselves right now with the verbal dissent. They're also wasting their own time. They're the ones who are down. Ball lofted forward. Head to the far side. Those long balls up the field haven't really been working today. Trakia usually has a man forward who's very deep, and I get they're trying to stretch the field, force the defenders back, but hasn't really been working. As usually it's a 1v2 situation, and the defenders always favored to get the better of it. Oh, that's a horrible turnover. Here comes Babylon. Oh, they shot from very far out, and the goalkeeper got down to save it. They could have taken a bit more space, still forced the goalkeeper into a diving stop. Now trying the corner kick. This one put in there. Top of the box. Great opportunity here. Trying to get it back to his right, but it's kicked away. Now cycling it back through. Goalkeeper down and out. Ball hits him. Still Babylon on the ball here. Pushing and shoving, going for the ball. It's going to be, for all intents and purposes, a corner kick. Left-footed ball low. Hits Trakia, and then Babylon decides to keep it in play. Nice move. Right-footed ball across. Goalkeeper down to grab it. Babylon with some good pressure, though. Trakia have not looked too dangerous in this second half. They did force the goalkeeper into one diving save, but that was about it. This one kicked forward. Here they come now. Trakia moving to the right foot. Now to the far side. Cycling it back through. Great opportunity here. Top of the box right where they want it, but the defender closed him down quickly. That's where you want to move the ball, right to the top of the box. That's how you have, or where you have the most net to shoot at. And that telephone sounding siren is to signal the top of the hour at this facility. That's usually when whoever's on the field changes over, but we're doing it slightly differently here. Low ball in there. Helped away, but it's going to be a corner anyways. Trakia quickly running out of time here. About 10 minutes left to try to turn this one around. Looking for a left-footed corner kick. It's low and cleared away. Now looking up the field, it was vital that that defender got a foot to that, or Babylon really would have been away and clear. Trakia really committing a lot of men forward here, and why not when you're down by 2? But that pass is out of the reach of the intended target, and Babylon are going to start taking their time up by 2 and watching the clock. Al-Musawi puts it up the field. And oof. Poor decision there as it was kicked back to the goalkeeper, and they're going to flip the field real quick here as it goes from a Trakia corner to a Babylon corner. We'll see how many players they decide to commit forward. Only 2 up there now, and 2 kind of half interested in moving up the pitch. Another defender very deep. And then, of course, a player taking the corner itself. There's a low one. Long shot. Great stop by the goalkeeper. It was right at him, but it was a powerful drive off the half volley. And the keeper got his hands to it. There's another one looking to the top of the box. Another left-footed shot. This one well over. And the ball's actually going to be stuck up there in the netting, so they'll put another ball in play. Long goal kick. First time we've seen them go long today. Doesn't look like it's worked for them as it's Babylon ball. They want the ball long, and oof, right now it's just tennis back and forth here. Trakia now looking to build it up from the back. This one through. Official hops out of the way. Cutting inside now, Trakia nowhere to go. Babylon defended well. They're really committing a lot of players back now. They're aware of the situation, wanting to hang on to this 2-goal lead. Under 10 to go now, you'd think maybe a bit of stoppage time added on. Trakia trying to whip in a low cross. Babylon get it back, and they'll turn back upfield. This one turned over. Trakia get it back, and they've got some numbers forward too, but it's good defending by Babylon. However, they have committed a foul. Left-footed shot right into the one-man wall. Now down low. Defender lunges to get there. Headed away, headed back up. Wild action here. And Babylon finally control it and transition it up the field. A chance for a counter-attack. Babylon stepping inside. Ball across. A real opportunity here if he can get inside, but the defender just got a piece of that ball to prevent him from doing so. Babylon still on it, partially tripped up. Advantage played. And they're just content to have it in the corner. Official right on the scene to make sure that one stays in, and Trakia gets the ball away cleanly. But then it's right into a Babylon player, and there we see it hit the roof for the first time today, so it's going to be Trakia ball approximately where it contacted the rafters. And we're back to the action here. Clock ticking down for this heavily favored side in black. Stepping away, trying the low drive, but it's going to be well wide. Didn't pressure the goalkeeper whatsoever. You wonder if Trakia start to panic here. They haven't lost this season. The perfect season on the line. That one almost hits the ceiling. Trakia, nice control there. But now he's dribbled his way out of bounds. Now it looks like that player's sin bin is just about over. As this one up the field, bouncing ball. Trakia get it back to their goalkeeper. Left-footed ball through the middle, well weighted, but the attacker was just impeded by the defender. Well, that had the looks of a slide, but the official decides to keep them going. And then Babylon knocks it away. Trakia here with a good opportunity at the edge of the box. Putting it back through the middle. Control at the top, looking for that left-footed shot. Took a deflection right through the middle. It's a sliding clearance. So again, you're allowed to slide like that, but you can't do a slide tackle. Goalkeeper off his line. It's just put wide. Babylon getting some fresh legs out there, looking to close out this game. Trakia looking to push the pace. Turning it back up the field. That pass not hard enough. Picked off by a defender. Good physical battles here. Official letting them play. Babylon with it at the top of the box. Right through to the penalty spot. Turning with it and shooting. It's blocked. Another opportunity is cleared away. And now a caution to the Babylon hanger-on. As they'll put it in, and it's out of play. Goal kick up the field, controlled here by Babylon. And it rolls out of play, going to be Trakia ball. They're really cutting it close here if they want to keep their perfect season alive. Up the field, Babylon getting the foot in, and Babylon have given a good account of themselves, and they've created a turnover here. Shoved down, cleanly so. Official waves him back to his feet. Not many people gave the team in green a chance today. But they've done well. And Babylon still have the ball here. They're going to use all the time they can as the clock winds down. Not too much injury time, I don't think. Here comes Trakia. Stepping around. Babylon gets in there with the foot. It's going to have to be quick if Trakia want to try to tie this game. They'll have to get one, well, very soon, and then just throw everything forward. Is that a foul? No, it is not. Clean according to the official. Turning with the ball and moving it back up the field. Poking it to this near side. Now down low, good pass and move. The defense collapses in, and then the player just loses control of the ball. Now the defender can't get it, but Trakia have a player there. Very low block here for Babylon. It will be hard to break them down. No long shots are going to make it through. That's a certainty. And it will be Babylon ball. High ball up the field. Nice job keeping control of it and in play. Here we go. Here's a real chance to put it away. And they have. Nice work keeping control of it and putting it back across the face of goal. And then it was a really calm finish. One touch to control. Left-footed drive. Low and into the goal. And that will do it for this cup final. A 3-goal lead for Babylon. Who would have expected this? Trakia have no one but themselves to blame, really, as they have not giving a good account of themselves in this final. And now a player has been sent off. And now it's really turning unsavory here. The game is pretty much done. And Babylon will most likely emerge as champions here. Very anticlimactic win. And that will do it for this match. Babylon against all the odds. And there's the final whistle to confirm it. Against all the odds, Babylon emerges champions. 4-1 the final score. Well deserved for Babylon. Although it is quite anticlimactic as it's an unsavory end to the match. But that will do it for the Canadian Corporate Soccer League 7 vs 7 Division 1 final. My name is Neysmith. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.